everyone, traders, welcome to the weekly outlook. This would be in YouTube, so my traders, please go watch it in YouTube as well. And a reminder to those of you who will be watching this video to follow me on Shared Vision. Let me show this up here. Oh, 1 second, it's in the wrong place. Let me bring it back here. Yeah. Shared Vision. If you're watching this video and you didn't watch part 1, remember to follow me here at Shared Vision. If you go in Shared Vision, and you go to the top channel, you'll see ProWave Edge. Click there, follow me. Why? Well, because during this week, and maybe next week, I don't know, next week, there's probably 1 or 2 working days only. I would be doing on a regular basis and continue on to next year as well. I'll be doing on a regular basis, short videos, 5-minute videos with trade setups, which is an actual trade that we see at the moment, with all these setups in it. What is the entry? What's the stop? What we're going to do? And just post it here for free if you like, and you would like to have that. It will also be in cryptocurrencies and on stocks, wherever we see it. So if you would like to have that update, you can just follow me here and you'll get it. Thank you very much. Let's take this out. By the way, it's a nice platform for videos, which means you have exposure to quite a lot of other options there. So join it. Let's go. So we finished part 1, which is all the Forex pairs, and we're in part 2, which is just, we're going to just do the stocks, some of the other ones we're doing, the indices and so, and Bitcoin. It's going to be very fast. So let me start. We're on crude oil. Crude oil is consolidating in the lower half of this down move, which is good. If they consolidate here, it means we're going to see oil dropping, right? It's already coming down, so, but it's coming down more as a, you can see a corrective looking pattern here, right? So any pullback you can sell, watch it when it comes to the low, because when it comes to the low, there's a good chance you're going to go back up, make a flat, and then drop, right? It always like this, you can see that, right? It always tend to make a corrective looking structure and then go. So this is coming down, and if if there's any sell setup here in the trade, great. If you're not in the trade, just be careful. Because I think what we'll see is this starts to making flag. It could probably correct again, drop, go back up there, make a perfect flat. The buy might not be a bad idea. It's going to be something like this. And then we're looking for a sell setup, right? So that's what I think will happen with oil, and the same thing here in US oil. I would also keep you up to date with this since we're going down more. You can put it like this and take that off, which means that this consolidation is getting deeper. If it stays at this top was upside. If it stays at the top part was upside, but you can see it's getting deeper, which means that if it turns from here, we still can look for the buy. But if this goes more and start to consolidate and drop, consolidate, drop, any up move would be a buy to get to break the top and then a drop again. So if you get a flag here, you can go for the sell. If they make a correction, you can go for the sell. But you have to be careful for the next up move before we get the bigger, because all of this is happening in the lower half of this down move, right? So if you go with this was the down move, all of this is happening here. That means that's a continuation to the downside. Natural gas, kind of consolidating here, to be careful, because I don't think this is all the consolidation, and they're going very slow. So they'll probably do this pull back here and then drop. You get like a bigger correction. US 30. Okay, so we didn't break this top. That's kind of a surprise when they don't break the top, right? When you don't break that top. And it's pulling back. Let's see where we are in the bigger picture. I still think it's more upside. If you looked at when we didn't break this top, see when we didn't break that up and we pull back and we pull back, they still went up more before you get a deeper pullback. I wouldn't be surprised if we're doing pretty much the same thing like this here. Right, kind of drop here, pull back, go, repeat the same structure, go, pull back here and then go. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we're doing. Right, it's kind of moving like that. Could it be that it's totally dropping? Well, if it's totally dropping, we'll probably break the top, then drop totally. Right, the big drop will follow by a break of the top and a sudden move to the downside. If this was the top, the deep pullback like this into that didn't make sense for a total drop, right? So I think be careful. If you get a good setup here for a sell, go for it. If not, I wouldn't be surprised if, these sharp moves just start going back up like this. Right, just start going back up. Whether you get a buy setup or not is a question, but keep an eye on it. Right, keep an eye on it. It's not the best. trade for a sell right now. I wouldn't be surprised if it started to go back up. You can get a good buy setup actually. S&P 500, same thing. We did, I think we broke the top in this one, let's see. Because this line is not the top. That came from somewhere else. Let me just remove this. We broke the top here. So this start going down totally could make sense. I would also still, because we barely broke the top, I'll watch it for a possible flat here and upside. Right? We have to exclude that possibility. So what I would do is take all the cells you have. If you get another cell setup, go with it. Right? We saw this 1, 2, 3. If you get a cell setup, a flag here, go with it. Once we break that low, you got to be careful. Right? If it breaks the low and start to go back up, I think we go for the buy. So this one, we went with that sell. You probably, there's a flag there. If you stay with, good. If you didn't, then you have to be careful. This is definitely looking more upside. Because what we're looking at now is this, right? Got to move down. You've got a big flat here. You're coming down, then there's a chance you're going to go back up, make a new high. Right? Could it be that they're totally dropping? Well, if you're in the trade, just move your stop to break even and wait and see. As long as we're in the uptrend like this, that possibility for more upside exists, right? So if you get another correction here, go with this trade here, watch it as it comes. You know, we already broke the low, so watch it as it goes down. At any point in time, a next up move is possible. I think this is most likely a correction for one more up. So as this come lower, you start to look for the buy setup to the upside. PayPal is going to give you another low. We're going to make another low here, and then we start. Be careful with the next low. You'll have a lot of divergence. All right, so one more low and then upside, probably. Hopefully, that now they start the upside. Amazon still going sideways. I think we can get one more down, at least one more drop within this move here, and then look for it to go back up. Right, go right back up. I think we'll have to figure out these patterns as we go along. Take this out. We'll have to figure out, we're pretty much staying within this line. So I think it would be a series of corrections inside, like this, a series of these corrections, right? So followed by up moves, come back here, and then we'll probably still see that up move, which means you're gonna have a big, long, drawn out running flat here. Right? It's not the small one that we thought we had here. It's a much bigger one, but it's correcting upwards, which is strange, right? This one actually did a big running flat here too. So, you know, it's not kind of surprising that, you know, it might stay here and then make a new high. It's a sell setup at the moment. On the 1 hour that you're looking for a sell, let's see. And still, I still think it's a sell. Short term looks upside. Very short term, this looks upside. You see? Looks upside, but that's very short term. I don't think we ended the structure with this. So this might just go there, come back here, and then start going up. DAX, perfect sell. If you took the sell, you actually did amazing. It's way back at the low now, and this is interesting. We didn't expect it to go that much. And when we sold it, we thought it would just break these lows. So come somewhere here and then go back up. And now that you're so low, this is what you're looking at, right? This move is coming down here. So at some point, this might have to go back up one more before they drop totally. I kind of go up one more back. So if you're in the trade and you're watching this here now, you might want to start moving your stops very carefully. There is no sell setup at the moment. Wait for another flag or so. So this sell was perfect. If you closed it and you put an entry lower, it's still a better trade, right? So the first one was there. The second one was if you closed it and you put an entry here, you're still doing very well. So we'll leave that there. AU 200. Stay away from this. We're still in this big sideways move. And this looks upside. This here looks upside. So at some point, this goes back up there, break the top, and then we look for the sell. Nifty. Good sell if you took it. The sell would have been here. If anybody took the sell, it would have been, sorry. It would have been in here, right? Selling this piece. selling this to break here and then to possibly break out, which turned out to be very well. Tesla, it's coming down, so probably more sell. I'd probably be careful at this point here. Let it go back up like this and then look for a drop again. Right, we're kind of consolidating here now. So if you were in this sell and you're still in it, you may want to be careful here because there's a good chance they're going to go back up and then downside. Okay, we're looking for more downside here. Let's see in the 4-hour what it looks like. Yeah, but still will probably come. So if you get a sell set up, watch it back to this level. Let's say in the 1 hour. It's coming down, but not much of a trade setup in it. Wait for a flag. Wait for this to make a flag. You had a small one here, but you can wait for a flag here and then go for the sell again. Bitcoin. Okay, let's see. Bitcoin looks like it's coming down some more. At least these down moves are slowly but surely coming down here. Yes. And that means we're still consolidating here. Right? Still consolidating in this range. And at some point, this goes back up, make a flat, and drop. So at some point, that goes back up, make a flat, and drop. So in the 4 hour, you'll get something like this. You'll get the see this up move back there, goes back up something like this, make a flat here, drop to that level. So you might get the sell here, you might get buy setups in this, and then you get the big sell before you start the upside. Once they break that, it will be upside because we're looking at a bigger running flat here. See, very simple. If we're right about this running flat, this makes a flat here, drop to this level, it will go back up, make a new high. So you're coming back somewhere to about, I don't know, 30. And then you'll go back to break this, the 80 area, somewhere to the 80. And after that, it's anybody's guess how big the drop would be, right? So the question is, after you finish this one and this one, this should be the final one up before you get a bigger drop, right? So I don't know. You will decide when you buy how far you want to hold it. So you can buy back somewhere around 30. Short term, if you're trading, it's downside, but be careful this downside will watch this low. It could be a running flat, which means they could come lower than this low. Right? They can come like this and then go back up, make a running flat, and then drop. Right? You guys know that. So let's see. ETH coming down. Where to, let's see. Again, this has this sharp wave here up there, but it's coming back pretty deep. So I don't think that sharp wave we'll have to relook at it, see how we look at it. It might be some expanding flat or something like that. We'll check it, whether we want to go with that as a running flat, but it's coming down, which means we would either make a bigger flat at some point, which means all of this coming here would go back up there, make a bigger flat like this, drop one more, and then go back up, right? Because when you drop, you'd complete this pattern. When it drops, it will complete this pattern, right? So if you make a flat here, kind of go back, make a flat like this, and then drop here, you might complete this one and make a new high. But it's coming back way back into the 2000 range, 2005, 2005 range. Short term, sell setup. XRP, you're still in this big sideways move, so I don't see any difference yet. It's not going up as aggressive as we thought this would go. Take this out from now. So this comes back here. If you get a flat like this, yeah, we can expect this to go up because this would be the up move when we're in the 50% of it, right, to the upside. So this could go back up. Short-term sell and then look for buy. I think that's a flat forming there for upside. This might be the only one that actually has some upside because we're still in this big move here. We're still in this, see? So this comes here and go back up there. I can see them coming back to this level and then drop. See, there's an up move here and then drop. So you can buy back the 1,005 from about 1.5, sorry, buying back from somewhere around 80 something to 1.5, and then from there we'll see what happens. That's a big flat forming there. It will definitely go back higher. Go to the 1 hour. Short term is sell right now. Look for a flag, sell it. Get a flag here. Go for this trade. And the trade to break this low. Then upside. ADA. I don't think this is ready. This belongs to all of this here. So at some point we need an impulse. They all need one more up move, right? At some point you need this move up. At some point this needs to happen, and then downside for running flat. So even if you get the sell set up now, you have to be careful. GRT, same thing. It's coming down. It's a sell setup. It could be a running flat. They could break the low and then go back up, but it's going to be more of a running flat. Dash. Same thing here, downside. But we still have this sharp move in play, right? So at some point, they're going to go back up. What's the big picture in Dash? Yep, it will go back up. So this would probably just go there, come back down here, and then go back up like this. You still need this big flat to finish before you come down. There's a big flat forming there. I don't think we're actually going to go much higher. Not as yet. So short-term sell. Go for the sell. Link. This one might be easier for a sell setup here. Also short term because you have this sharp wave here, so it's going to drop, go back up, and then come down. LRC. This doesn't have to pull back because this already complete those two waves, so this is just downside until we break this low. And there's just more downside. It's just correcting, by the way. I don't know where this started. What's the daily? Oh. We could work our way down like this for a long time, right? If you go with the first impulse up, the correction down, the next impulse up, the correction down, and then the next impulse up, you're pretty much just doing something like this. Right, so this could come down quite a long time here. It's downside, you want to sell this. And LTC. Also downside. This one doesn't have a sharp wave up, so this doesn't necessarily have to go back up. You can literally look at this and watch this drop. And TRX. I'll probably add some more because if we split it in 2 webinars and it's shorter, we can add some more cryptos to find a few more that people trade more often. This is coming down, but you have this sharp wave here, right? So at some point, this comes here, go back up there, and then drop. Make a flat here. Sell it. It's still a sell setup, right? So guys, thank you. That was a short one. We done this. What we're going to do is I'm going to close the room for the recording to process. You guys come right back in and we look at trades in the trading room, right? Let's go. So I'll end the meeting for everyone and then see you in the trading room.